Let's go to page 368. This lesson is 8-4 and it's a synthetic division. The objective of this lesson is to use synthetic division to divide a polynomial by a first degree binomial. So what this lesson is about is that it's going to use a shortcut way to do the long division. So from previous lesson, the long division is kind of cumbersome. Okay, so let's go over the example. Okay, so you got 2x cubed minus 10x squared plus 9x plus 15. And you want to divide this by x minus 3. Okay, so let's go and do it the regular way. But over here, I'm going to highlight the coefficient. Okay, so you're going to get 2x to the 3. I'm just going to highlight the coefficients. Minus 10x squared plus 9x plus 15. Okay, and over here, I'm going to divide by x minus, and I'm going to highlight this number over here, that's 3. Okay, so now when you're ready to divide on a regular division, again, you just kind of focus on the first term. Okay, so focus on the first term only. Then you ask yourself, okay, so x times what will give you 2x cubed? Then so it would be 2x squared, right? So I'm going to highlight this number over here. Okay. So when you multiply, now we can remove this over here and I'm going to multiply. So this would be 2x to the 3, and this would be minus 6x squared. Okay. So again, I'm going to highlight this number right over here. Okay, then after that, you put parentheses and you subtract. So this minus will cancel out. Okay, so negative 10 minus negative 6 will give you negative 4. Okay, and this will be x squared. Then after that, you're going to drop this term down. So it will be plus 9x. Okay. So now we're going to do the same thing. Repeat the process again. And so now you have to look at this one over here. So x times what will give you negative 4x squared. Okay, so it would be negative 4, and this would be x. Okay, so when you multiply, so you will get negative 4x squared. Okay, and then remove this, so this would become plus 12x. Okay, so now you subtract. So this will cancel out. So 9 minus 12 will give you negative 3x. And then you drop the next one up to you done subtracting. Okay, so now again you repeat the process. So x times what will give you negative 3x. Okay, so this would be minus 3. Okay, so now you will get minus 3x, and this would be plus 9. Okay, and then put parentheses, subtract, and this will cancel out. This will give you 6. Okay. Okay, so this is your regular way of doing a long division. Now, what synthetic division will do is that it's a shortcut. Okay. So what it will do is that it will drop all the variables. It just focus on the numbers. Okay. So when you write this, right, you just go and follow this. So it will be coefficient. So you're going to get 2, negative 10, 9, and 15. And that's what the numbers see, 2, negative 10, 9, 15. Okay? And when you do the long division, see this number over here? We're just going to put a 3 right over here. Okay? And the reason we notice is a minus 3, but we're going to put positive 3. Okay? So the reason for if we take the opposite, imagine if you solve for this, set this equal to 0 and you solve, okay, the 3 will be the answer or the root. Okay. Also, by doing the opposite, so instead of subtraction, you will do the addition, and the addition is much easier to do than subtraction. Okay. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Okay, so first you drop the number, so this will give you 2, and what you need to do, you have to multiply. Okay, so multiply and you go up this way. So 3 times 2 will give you 6. Okay, and notice, see the 6 over here. And notice this is -6, this is +6. And the reason they're opposite because we make it opposite. That's why the number is opposite. Now, because we make the opposite, so instead of doing the subtraction, we're going to do the addition. And again, addition is much easier to do. So -10 plus 6 will give you -4. Okay, and you see that? Okay, see that? Okay, so you can start to see the pattern, right? So again, we multiply, we're going to get -12. Again, you see the -12 over here. Okay. So again, the opposite because we take this opposite, and therefore everything will be opposite. And we have to, instead of doing a subtraction, we have to do addition. Okay. So you multiply, and when you add, this will give you -3. Okay. So you multiply. You can see the 2, -4, 3, -3, right? So you multiply, you're going to get -9. You can see the 9, -9, +9 over here. Okay. So again, they are opposite because we take the opposite. So now when you add, okay, when you add, you're going to get +6. Okay. And the reason I make an opposite different color is because the last number, this is your remainder. And this part over here, that's your quotient. Okay. So once you divide, again, your answer would be 2x squared. Now, how do you know it's x squared? Well, because remember, this is the remainder, so this would be x to the 0 power, x to the 1 power, x to the 2 power. So you can just count them, and that's how you know it's squared. Or another way to do it is the cube divided by 1 power will give you the square term. Okay? And again, just follow. So this will give you 2x squared minus 4x minus 3, and the remainder will be plus 6 over x minus 3. Okay, and so this is your answer. So that's your synthetic division. Okay, so now let's go over more examples. Okay. Okay, so example 1, you have x to the 4 minus 2x to the 3 plus 13x minus 6 divided by x plus 2. Okay, so again, we need to go and write our coefficient. So we're going to need to have 1, -2. Now you have to be careful. Notice there's no x squared, so you have to put 0 for x squared. So again, this is x to the 4, x to the 3, x to the 2, and you have the x to the 1 and x to the 0. So again, if you're missing term, you have to put 0 over here. Okay. And I'm going to, so you have to take opposite, so -2, right? So again, you drop the number, you multiply, you add, multiply, right? Again, you have to put it this way. You add, multiply, you add, multiply, you add, okay? So the remainder is 0. So again, this is your remainder, and that is your quotient. So in this case, the remainder equal to 0, so your answer would be, the answer would be just equal to, now, again, this is 0 power 1, 2, 3, so it would be x to the 3 minus 4x squared plus 8x minus 3. And this would be your quotient. Okay, and that's it. So again, this is much easier than doing all these, right? And again, all it's doing is just not writing all the x. Okay, that's all it's doing. So it's very simple. Okay, now let's go to the next example. Okay, so you have 6x to the 3 plus 7x squared plus x plus 1, and you're going to divide it by 2x plus 3. Okay, now synthetic division is very nice. However, there's limitations. Okay, for synthetic division, you cannot have any coefficient other than 1. So you cannot have any number in front. So now you got 2 in front. So that runs into problem. So what you want to do in this case is, whatever the number is, whatever the coefficient, you need to go and factor it out. Okay, so you have to factor out the 2. So you're going to get, so this becomes 6x to the 3 plus 7x squared plus x plus 1. Over here, you have to factor out the, so I'm going to put a fraction over here. So on the top, you don't do anything. So you factor out the 1. On the bottom, you have to factor out the 2. So when you factor out the 2, this becomes x plus, factor means dividing. So 2 divided by 2, you get 1. And 3 divided by 2 will give you 3 over 2. Again, you can do the quick check, right? 1 times whatever will give you whatever. 2 times x give you 2x. 2 times 3 over 2 give you 3. So you always do a quick check on these, okay? Okay, so now we're ready to do this part over here, okay? So for this part, so don't worry about 1/2 for now. Okay, so for this part, we're going to get 6, 7, 1, 1. Okay, and over this part, we're going to get -3/2. Remember to take opposite, okay? So now we drop the first number, and we're going to multiply. Okay, so again, you can go off to the side, or you can just use calculator. So 2 times 3/2 times that will give you -9. Okay, so you can just cancel. So this can give you 3 times -3 give you -9. So when you add, you get -2. Okay, when you multiply, it becomes +3. You add, you get 4. Okay, again, when you multiply, you're going to get -6. When you add, you get -5. Okay, again, so here's your remainder. So for this part, from this part, you're going to get 6x squared minus 2x plus 4 minus 5 over x plus 3/2. Okay, so again, this is your divisor now. Okay, so from these, you get these. Okay, now, remember there's a 1/2 in front, so you have to multiply this whole thing by 1/2. Okay, so this becomes this. So again, don't forget your 1/2. So now all you have to do is just distribute. So this times that will give you 3x squared. So use your hand. So this will give you 3. This will give you minus 1x. This will give you plus 2 minus. Okay. Now when you multiply, this is going to give you the original divisor. Okay. So minus, so it'll be 5, right? So 1 times 5 is 5. 2 times x will give you 2x. 2 times 3/2 will give you plus 3. Okay. So your divisor will become the original divisor over here. Okay. So that should be the same. And so that's it. Okay. So again, when you have a number in front, you have to factor out, then do that, and you multiply this by again.